Hi, rising seniors. Welcome to my house. Normally, I would be speaking to you about what this video concerns at school, but because of COVID, I can't do that. So we're doing it this way. And what I'll tell you is that this video is designed to help you as a rising senior better understand what we do in honors advanced biology and whether it might be a good course for you to take. But let me start out by saying a couple of things. One is if you did not take honors biology in 10th grade, then you can't take honors advanced biology in the 12th grade. That was a prerequisite. So if that's you, just sign off right now. Love you. I will never know that you didn't watch my whole video. The second thing is that if you just don't love biology, you took it and you don't hate it, but it's just not what you're passionate about, I would say honors advanced biology is not for you. So, again, you can just sign off, shut off this video, don't worry about it. But if you like biology, and definitely if you're considering a major in the life sciences, where you're going to have to take general biology and maybe genetics or biochemistry in college, this could be a really good course for you. And so I want to help you understand what we do in case you're interested. In the first semester of Honors Advanced Biology, we basically cover cell biology, biochemistry, and molecular genetics. So things like cell structure and cellular components like the biological macromolecules, carbs, lipids, proteins, nucleic acids, how they work, where they are in the cell, what are their properties. Then we cover like basic cell structure. We cover cell membranes and membrane transport in a lot more detail than we do in 10th grade. We talk about, for molecular genetics, we focus much more on the structure of the DNA and how the DNA is used to make messenger RNA, and then how the messenger RNA is used to make proteins. So it's very full of like molecular genetics and what's called molecular biology, where you're looking in extreme detail at the molecules that make life happen at the cellular level. Okay, and the reason we chose to focus on that is because a lot of I met with 3 different deans from different colleges who had like pre-med programs and stuff like that. I met with the science deans and I just asked them, what are your students weak in? Where could they use the most help? And they said, definitely molecular biology, cell biology, molecular genetics. So that's why we focus on that. We don't do dissections. We don't study whole organisms. We do conduct the first 6 labs of AP Biology from the AP Biology lab manual. So we sort of follow that trail. Let's see. For the second half of the year in Honors Advanced Biology, we basically cover like evolution by reading primary sources. So we look at Darwin's On the Origin of Species. We read that whole thing, and you are graded on the percentage of each chapter that you read, and then your responses to questions about each chapter. We have graded discussions on each chapter. We put that book in historical context. We look at we look at some of Darwin's letters and try to get a feel for like where his heart was as he was writing On the Origin of Species. We just basically critically evaluate that book. And then we also go through the modern theory of evolution so that you kind of have an understanding of the basic tenets of that theory before you go off to college. And of course, you guys know I'm not an evolutionist, but you are most likely going to be taught evolutionary theory at any university you go to, and so I'd like for you to know what you're going to see and to be able to look at it from both sides, the proponent side and the opponent side. We also talk about how science is done in different settings, like in the university setting, in industry settings, and like in hospital settings, and we take field trips to various places, like to a nutrition lab at ETSU, and to the microbiology department at Eastman Chemical, and to the VA hospital lab, to try to meet with PhD scientists there to see how they practice their field in those particular settings. You also learn how to read a scientific paper and to evaluate a scientific paper, which can be very helpful as a science major, because you're probably going to have to be reading papers and summarizing them and presenting them to other students at some point. We do 2 formal lab reports. So honors biology students in the 10th grade were expected to prepare a formal lab report. You do 2 of those in 10th grade honors advanced biology. And the homework, it just sort of comes and goes. Sometimes there's quite a bit. There might be 3 homework assignments in a week. Another time there might be just 1, homework assignment a week. We do have quizzes, we do have tests. The labs are graded very stringently. We usually have a pre-lab before each lab to make sure that you understand what you're doing. I think it's a great course. I know you think, well, I teach it, so what am I going to say? But seriously, it does do a really good job of preparing students for college biology, and it's also like, it is a lot of work, but if you like this subject, it's not work that's so unpleasant. You learn a lot of neat things, and you know that you're learning things that are really going to help you when you get to your freshman year. So you're not just learning things where you think, I'm never going to need this again. It will be really helpful as a freshman, and seriously, lots of students have come back to me and told me that. So that's not just my own opinion. Okay, so it is an honors course, so you get 3 extra points added to your grade at the end. That helps. Most everybody leaves my course with an A if they've worked hard, and so it's not impossible to get an A. I always say you have to work hard to get an A, but you also kind of have to work hard to get a C. So like you're either, B is not too hard to get. C, you have to really not want to do anything, and A, you have to want to work hard. But it's a fun course, and I hope that helps you understand better whether it might be right for you or not. And if you've signed up for the course and after hearing about this you think, I don't want to do that, then you can contact Ms. Ferguson. If you haven't signed up for the course but you think, maybe that could be okay, you can add it. That would be great. I'd love to see you. Okay, and like I said, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. I did include a copy of the syllabus for Honors Advanced Biology from this year's syllabus, so that you can kind of get a feel for how the grading is broken down and stuff like that. All right, well, y'all have a good afternoon. Stay well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.